Verse of the night, Isaiah 41:13. For I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. Go ahead and meditate on this. Having a powerful ally to support us can bring great comfort and freedom. Making tough decisions to provide for ourselves and our families can be daunting, but with the right guidance, we can make sure our choices are wise and beneficial now and in the future. And go ahead and let's pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you for your ability to soothe every storm of my life. I pray for your guidance and solutions to the difficulties I am currently facing. May your strength be with me so I can find solace in you. Amen. Enjoy the video. Yes, sir. What's up? Bahama here. Hope y'all doing all right. Chilling, vibing out, not letting these devils get to you. But it is what it is, man. Exactly what I'm starting to realize. What GangStalking has opened my eyes to see. We dealing with real evil, real devilish people, man. Real people who just want to see you suffer just because, man. These people are dark beings. I firmly believe we're in a spiritual war, man. The things I'm seeing in my harassment, the constant managed aggression, people running at me, acting weird, acting funny, skin color don't even matter no more. I'm starting to feel like there's people, whether you're white, black, gray, orange, pink, don't matter. There's people that want to wake up every day and spread positivity and love and happiness to others. And there's groups of people that want to cause harm, destruction, confusion, chaos amongst the people. And I'm starting to see, dealing with this harassment, that's really what we're dealing with. Some of us, your mission is so great. You have the ability to open up so many minds. You have the ability to change the world and do great things. And that's the thing. That's what they see inside of you. A lot of these negative entities, they see that. They don't want a world full of, leaders and free thinkers. Because once that happens, we can break free from this whole system. None of their opinions, none of the things they had to say about us, if real free thinkers got together, bro, they wouldn't be able to stop us. Why do you think throughout history, whenever there's some group of people who come together in some peaceful terms, they always got to be attacked or bombed or messed with? If sometimes I be feeling like this is just a conquered planet, it is what it is. But GangStalking has showed me so much, shows me why crime is the way it is, why this world is plunging into chaos and darkness, why you got murders, kidnappings, torturings, people dying all over the planet. GangStalking has opened up my eyes to a lot of things. Their purpose is to destroy you. It's very small-minded. They just want you destroyed. They don't want that light in you to shine, and that's simple-minded. And when you realize that these people are just roadblocks in our lives, or this program acts as a roadblock, acts as something to throw you off of your path, and you start to realize how insignificant things really are, and then that we're really in this spiritual battle. Like, you have to grow, you have to elevate, you have to get out of this, whatever this demonic trap is, because that's exactly what it is. It's a demonic trap. People can say, oh, you're a monster, you're this, you're that. But at the end of the day, most TIs, we wake up and we mind our own business. We do whatever you have to do to survive. Is these people who's going out their way to make sure people suffer, make sure people's going through pain, make sure you feel anxiety, make sure you're fearful, understand who the real devils are. They can say whatever they want to say about us. How we're a threat to humanity or whatever the case may be. We're this, we're that. At the end of the day, some of us been watched for years, played with for years, and we haven't harmed a fly. They got people thinking you're a violent person, but you don't bother nobody. You sit to yourself, you work, you go home, you rinse, repeat, you do whatever you like to do for fun, you mind your own business, you stay to yourself, and you live life. But these people, every time you step outside, every time you're getting up and going about your day, you constantly got to have these people constantly just like they sucking the life out of you. They constantly want to get you to worry about what they're doing in your life. Like, yeah, look at us. Look at me. I'm Mr. Macy's. Look at me. Like, nobody cares, bro. We just want to be left alone and live our lives. And it's like the more you disconnect from this world, the more this world will hate you. This world is Satan's image, bro. This is Satan's control. This is a world controlled by darkness. And when you start to disconnect from that darkness, and you start to want to try to do positive things, and you want to change your mindset, and you want to do great things, watch these people attack you. There's a select few of people. I feel like, yeah, the light may be so strong in you to where they can't touch you. But there's some of us where it's just like we have to go toe to toe. We have to fight on the front lines. You know, we have to be an example for God, other people struggling, you know, these monsters, people who already sold out. We have to be the reflection of them that kept fighting no matter what. You know, I'm starting to realize that I'm here for a way bigger purpose than what these people want me to think. They just want me to lay down and die. You know, they just want me to shut up, stop talking about the program, you know, just hurry up and lose my mind, hurry up and get strung out on drugs. I know gang stalkers. I know. It's okay. You know, but at the end of the day, I'm learning to not even have hatred towards y'all. It's at this point, it's becoming laughable. You know, a lot of the times, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I try to step outside, you know, try to talk about something different when I'm out in the community. You can't even do that, you know. I tried to make a video like over this weekend several times. You know, you go to isolated places. I literally went to the tracks. People who've been following my video, who've been following my channel for a long time, there was a video I made when I made a video on the tracks, bro. And I had some dude come onto the tracks and aim his phone at me, bro. Like literally in the middle of the tracks, bro. Long story short, I did the same exact thing. And someone came up on the tracks again at that same spot I was at. It was like midday, and I went to the tracks, and then this person literally came on the tracks. It's just like, bro, it's amusing to me how it's like you can't go nowhere. It's like you always need supervision, you know, from these devils, bro. I don't understand, man. You know, you at your work, you got to deal with workplace games. You know, everybody who were veterans at the job, they all quit and they hiring nothing but douchebags who come near me making all these sounds, scraping their shoe on the ground. Like example, there's a dude, you know, I call this dude out all the time. It's the booty bandit master. You know, I call this dude all the time, you know, but every time he gets on my floor, he always like to yell and scream. And then he got these shoes. He'll jiggle his keys next to my door. And then he'll squeak his shoes. Like he got these shoes that sound like, you know, he on a basketball court. You know, when you're on the basketball court and you know you hear the way the shoe sounds on the court, that's what he be doing next to my door, bro. Lo and behold, they hired, like I said, they got rid of the veteran cleaners that was at this job. Lo and behold, all the new cleaners who come in, their shoes do the same exact thing. Every time they get by the security door, they start jingling their keys, bro. It's like psychological warfare, bro. Like people will never believe us if we didn't speak up about this crap, man. And that's my job, bro, to let you know the lengths they will go through to make people appear to be crazy, or even to project craziness, or even just to have you lose your mind yourself. Like there's no limits that these people will not go through to make your life a living hell. You know, and I think the problem is people been living in this world forever, and I guess it's like, well, now wrong choice of words, but I think the problem, especially with cities like Pittsburgh, I don't feel like the normal population, people who's not down with Freemasons and Luciferians and Wiccans and all these evil people, I don't think you really know how corrupt your city really is. I don't think you know. In Pittsburgh, y'all really shown me how Freemasons, Luciferians, all these evil organizations, groups, cops, CIA, whatever these people are, these people got their hands in everything. When you look at your level of harassment, now you start to realize why millions of little ones disappear here, why millions of females getting trafficked, you know, why millions of dudes disappearing, you found in their bodies with no organs in it. Now you're starting to find out why these things are happening at an all-time high. And you know, nobody knows. Like, you always ask yourself, who's doing this crap? And it's the same people responsible for this program. I feel like this is Satan's right-hand game. He liked to attack God's chosen people. Literally. You know, it is what it is, bro. The same people responsible who's telling you they're going to stop the criminals and they're protecting the community. No, they're the same people's in their hand in this trafficking agenda. You know, gang stalking is just a form of human trafficking. You know, destroying your character. Everybody in the community know you to be some horrific person, and then bam, they can go ahead, they can poison you, tamper you, you know, have people live next door to you, knocking on the walls, you know, flooding poison gases in your room, like, you know, like Like, and, you know, I'm not trying to scare people, but it is what it is, man. I done experienced everything when it came to this program. Y'all, it's like they really want you isolated from everybody, and then if everybody know you as being some quotation marks you can't see, if everybody knows you're just a horrible person, then it doesn't matter. You're going to deal with some of the most insane crap. You know, you even get to the point where you go out in public, you can't eat in restaurants no more. Your food start tasting funny or weird. You know, like it's like this program shows you how evil. Once you end up in it, you start to really see how evil humanity has become. You start to realize how dark people has really become. At the end of the day, I don't care what somebody did, bro. If I'm not a person that like to cause harm or violence or hurt other people, I'm not going to act out of my. If it's not in me to be an asshole to somebody, I'm not going to act out of character and be an asshole to somebody because somebody else gave me the directive to do so. This program has opened up my eyes to where people don't have control over their own minds. People don't have true authenticity. People are not genuine. You know, majority of the world is filled with controlled people who don't give a shit about nothing. Excuse my language. That's just the sad truth about it all. You know, and it is what it is. We just got to continue to wake up every day and spread positivity, you know, bring light to the world, because I'm starting to understand they really don't want that. TIs understand the amount of synchronicities and the same synchronicities and the people and the things that they're doing to you. Understand this projection. Understand they're trying to take that goodness out of you. They're trying to take that positivity out of you. You know, and I can see it within the TI community, man. Shout out to the ones who still remain positive. You're doing your thug thizzle, you're chilling. But some of us, man, like, it's just like, and I don't blame them. You know, I don't blame them. But some of us, it's like we just stuck. You know, like, it's just like, I firmly believe it's just depending on what city you in. It's like, you know, we all dealing with it all across the globe. Everybody dealing with it. You know, if you dealing with it, go ahead, post where you dealing with it from, so we can show the world how corrupt this reality we live in really is. Go ahead, post where you at, where you experiencing, whether you in the UK, other countries. We need to hear, we need to know. You know, it's about time we get to the point in life where, you know, we can build a family with righteousness and people who just want to enjoy a peaceful life. These people bringing together the most toxic personalities and have control over whole cities, bro. How is that possible? You telling me there's not enough good people in the world no more for us to want to come together and build our own community up? But these people are able to create whole communities of toxic environments. Everybody hateful. Everybody always got something negative to say. And like, they have the ability to do this, but we can't build together. We can't build up a positive community. Like, come on, man. Things are starting to make sense, you know, or not make sense. I'm starting to realize that it must be if there's 8 billion people on the planet, there's like only maybe 1 billion people with souls. That's what I'm starting to feel like it is. You know, I want to have a little bit more faith in humanity, but I'm starting to see this world is a little bit more corrupted than they want to let us know about. You know, but it's time to wake up, man. Time to stop listening to these government officials because they're giving you $1 and it's an extra check. My indirects, my perps watching right now. It's just an extra check. Like, nah, bro. You're the reason why I will say my people, but humanity won't be free. We'll never be free from this system because it's people like y'all. It's no longer the elites. We can no longer blame it on the elites. It's the brain dead human beings who gives this beast of a system its energy. Because y'all put all y'all faith into it. Y'all put all y'all energy into it. Everything, anything for $1. It don't matter. Nothing in this reality matters. Understand that. The only thing that matters is God and us. God and us. God and us, the people, your children. God and us. God and us. Money, materialism, none of that matters. It do not matter. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, you know, energy wise. There's a lot of energy people who know how to manipulate the system and, you know, build generational wealth. But I'm just really telling it how it is. I'm not saying don't go get money and no, do what you got to do to make it in this world. Build generational wealth. But I'm just saying, as a whole, this world, everything in this world is an illusion. And we give this system power. If the day we say screw money, screw working, Screw this third dimensional world. That's the day we'll be free. Then more than likely they'll start martial law, but still we'll be free. You know? Really, that's all what needs to happen. All the builders, all the people with talent, you know, whether they know how to farm or build structure, we also need to come together and get out of this system. There's no point in living in a world. We give this world power. And all we got to do to change the world, we ain't got to wait on God or nothing. Of course, God, we're waiting on God to come back and stop all this evil, but we can really stop all this stuff now. We can God gave us everything we needed to live a positive life. We don't only just have to die to experience heaven on earth when you got these devils who are living their heaven on earth. All we got to do is disconnect from their world. This is their world. This is their heaven on earth. Having people struggle and, you know, making it to where the people on the top stay at the top. We give these people power. We give these people power. They wouldn't be on the top if we wasn't feeding into their system. It's simple as that. It's so simple, but it's so hard because majority of the population is bot-like. It's controlled through this system, through materialism, money, whatever the case may be. Majority and you know, like I said, another thing GangStalking opened up my eyes to is just like how controlled we really are. Screw these movies, screw these TV shows, and you know, it's showing you controlled realities and stuff like no. Oh, we have the worst controlled reality. Think about that. We have the worst controlled reality. You know, people looking at Truman Show as entertainment, and they're not only TIs, you're dealing with a Truman Show kind of situation. The world is dealing with Truman Show, bro. And they don't even see it, and you'll be crazy to call that out. You know, but it is what it is, man. I see the people on top. I see the monsters. I see you devils. I see the kingdom of darkness stationed up on this planet. I see y'all. And I've been struggling for a long time, but I'm saying it now. I'm saying it so God can hear me. Everybody else can hear me. You devils, you Freemasons, everybody can hear me. I wish to be on the side of light. My faith in God was never strong. I went my whole life thinking that the whole world was bad and negative. This is the truth. I thought this world was hell. But really, it's just a spiritual battle for whatever reason. I can't question it, but what I can feel deep inside my bones is that this is a spiritual battle. And people who are really genuine, positive, righteous people, even when they see somebody who's hurt or supposedly, quotation marks, you can't see evil or messed up, you know, that's why I love the premise of anime. Anime is always the same thing. You know, the protagonist, they always get in contact with the evil overlord, and then, you know, they realize, oh, they just needed someone to befriend or someone to understand them. That's how you stop this world's, how do I explain this? That's how you stop real evil, is with love. And it's hard to do that when your enemies I understand when your enemies are hating you and not loving you whatsoever. But, you know, I feel at the end of the day, people who really have that spark of light in them, people who really just want to be loved and accepted, have that positivity with it, have that light within them, to where if you really can sit down and understand that person, they will change. Some of these people, these devils, brothers, like you can love and you can go out your way, do certain things, but they'll never see it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not really good when it comes to the spiritual aspect on certain things, but I know when it comes to that, we can change the world with love. But you also need to recognize that there's people or even beings on this planet that does not want that. They want pure chaos and destruction. That's all that they want. And you got to be able to use your discernment and intuition to sift through the BS to see who's real and who's fake. And I'm telling, a lot of TIs are really interesting, cool, kind-hearted people, and they don't want you to know that. But I got to get to work. I just realized I'm damn near late. Excuse my language, but this is Bahamut. I'm out of here. Make sure y'all stay up and stay high vibrational. I'm gone.